Hello everybody and welcome to a new series here on the channel, our World of Outlaws 2025 career mode, and we kick things off from Volusia Speedway. We are going to be following real life as close as we can, doing one episode on the real life weekend, so you're be getting about over 40 episodes of this in this year as we take on our first season as a World of Outlaws sprint car driver here on the World of Outlaws Dirt Racing 24 game. I've been having a blast playing this, and I decided, okay, let's add this to the rotation. It's not going to be like my NASCAR career mode where we're going to be modding the game and doing driver transfers and stuff like that. I am looking at modding this game, but I've been having a difficult time figuring it out. But nonetheless, we are just going to be following the real life season, so you can expect episodes on real life weekends, which is always happening here with sprint cars now in the World of Outlaws. So expect regular episodes, one a week pretty well throughout 2025 now. But we're running our custom target paint scheme on this car. Love this paint scheme, and was struggling immediately to adapt to this track in my opening weekend. Still finding comfort in this game and trying to find confidence at these tracks that I'm going to. But out of 50 cars in our first weekend on 105 difficulty, we qualify 28th, putting us in heat number 3 as Donnie Schatz goes P1. So we're heat 3. It's top 4 to advance to the A main. If we don't get into the top 4, we will have to rely on the B main here. As you see, running number 97 now as we get ready to go racing to kick off our World of Outlaws career here in heat number 3, starting P6 of 10. 8 laps is all we have, and I felt like I was going to struggle a little bit here in the heat simply because I just didn't have still a lot of comfort in the car, and you can see immediately right off the bat struggling a little bit on the first lap of this race, and you run out of time quickly in these races now. Sprint car races, dirt races in general, just are not very long, so you got to get after it. You got to get what you can as soon as you can, especially on starts or restarts now as we continue trying to move forward, but we haven't really gone anywhere. We've only gone backwards. We've lost one spot since the start of this heat. Now looking for a move on the inside. We'll kind of sail it off into turn 3, bit of a slider now, and they fight back on the inside. Howard just in front of us in P5. I don't really know any drivers in World of Outlaws, but that's something we're going to learn as the year goes on. Hopefully now as we actually lose back out to Millard there, and we're going to try and fight back to the outside. Close quarters racing right there, coming to 4 laps to go in the heat, and you can see 4th place is up there down the road. It's going to be hard to go and get P4 now, but we're going to send it up the inside. A slide job there. We'll take P5, looking for P4. Unfortunately, we cut all the way to the final lap down into turn 3. We reeled in 4th place, but not quite enough, so we're going to have to rely on the B main, which is a little bit disappointing. I wanted to get into the A main as soon as possible, but we will be starting P3 in the B main there as we get ready to roll. Giovanni, is it Skelzy that got the win here in heat number 3? So yeah, starting P3 here for the B main, feeling quite confident after that heat. In the closing about 3 or 4 laps, I really found a confidence in this circuit here now. So we got 15 cars on the track here in this B main, looking for 12 laps to potentially put us into that A main. You only need to be top 5 in the B main, and I was quite confident that could come pretty easy. And you can see battling for the 2nd position, you got Bishop there in front of us for the lead of this B main, and we will settle in now to P2 clear, and driving away from 3rd to the inside we go. A nice run off the corner from the top side there from Bishop here. Volusia, really unique track because you got that curved back straightaway. Reminds me of, weirdly enough, Chicagoland Speedway. Of course, a completely different type of racetrack, but still the same characteristics, that curved back straightaway as we go down into turn 1 and 2, looking for the lead, side by side, wheel to wheel on the run into turn 3. Nearly some contact there with the leader. It's such close quarters racing here in sprint cars now. Such a new type of racing that I've been quickly trying to adapt to, and I've been just absolutely loving this. Look at this battle for the lead. We take P1 on lap 5, but hold on, this is far from over. Wide on the exit of turn 4. Bishop there looking to our left rear, side by side for the lead again. Bishop's gonna slide across our nose. I could have maybe stuck it around the outside. I didn't quite have the confidence to do it. Now he takes back to the inside line again. It's a guessing game of where the leader's going to go, but we get through nonetheless, wheel to wheel, side by side for the lead through 1 and 2. What a battle we're having here, and this is far from over. We're gonna sail it off into turn 3, slide across the nose. He goes back at us, crossover, switchback move. To the lead again goes Bishop as we continue to rely on this middle lane to get the run off the corner. Now, can we fight back? He goes middle, down to the inside. I'm going to run the outside here as we look for the run on the exit of turn 2, coming to 3 laps to go this time by. What a battle it was right there for the lead, and it's still going as we dive down into turn number 3, looking for the run off the exit of turn 4. Close, near contact there with 3 laps to go in the B main. We are long gone from third place, so we know we're going to be in the A main as long as we don't screw up. So as we continue side by side for the lead, looking to the inside again, side by side on the exit of 4, but Bishop continues to hold strong and maintains the lead of this race. I was definitely pushing hard to try and win the speed main, but I wasn't trying to force the issue too much, just making sure I get into this A main as we exit 4. 1 lap to go. What can we do? To the middle, once again looking for the runoff. It's going to be close. I had to lift a little bit on the exit of 2. One more chance to win the B main. Bishop goes low. I go high out of turn 4. It's not going to be enough. P2, but maybe the most fun I've had in a racing game in quite some time. What a battle for the lead with Austin Bishop. That was a blast. Now, time for the A main. We've made it to the A main in our World of Outlaws Sprint Cars debut here. We start towards the back of this 20-plus car grid. As you see, the 4 wide salute to the field. And we got 30 laps of racing. This is going to be a really fun one. You saw Craig Kinzer, someone mentioned in the comments. That was Steve Kinzer's grandson. So thank you for letting me know about that, because I was wondering in that first episode that I did of the World of Outlaws Sprint Cars. Our career is officially underway here in the A main, starting P23 of 25. You notice I got the wing to -10. I've found personally so far in the setups and the wing adjustment, I really find the most comfort in the loosest setup and the -10 wing. As I make a mistake there on the exit of turn 4, we're dead last, but I wasn't too concerned about that. I was using this race not, as a race where I think I can go and win in my first time out in the A main, of course, but really as a learning tool to continue to learn and build confidence and build that comfort with the sprint cars. And we got 25 cars on track, and the more cars you put on a racetrack here in sprint cars, the harder it gets. So just because there's so much traffic management, so many lane changes, every corner the cars around you are changing lanes, and you're also changing lanes, trying to combat against them changing lanes. So it's such a difficult balance, and you really got to be aware of what's around you, because you don't have a spotter telling you. You got to be looking around as much as you can. Actually, a bit of contact right there with 25th. Didn't even realize he was down there crashing in front of us. However, caution's gonna fly, and now we'll get ready for our first restart of the weekend here, as we're gonna be stuck on this inside line. I prefer to be on the outside, but the inside definitely is an option, especially when they get all clumped up together. You can really take advantage of them if they leave that inside open. I make a mistake immediately on the restart. We drop back to dead last. We're on lap 7 of 30 here. We're gonna get all laps unedited, except for one moment you're gonna see that happens here in a little bit now as we continue on this inside line. And honestly, a lot of dirt tracks, the outside is kind of where you want to be, but you can really make the inside line work here in Volusia Speedway now. Just with the way the track shape is, I feel like in the width of the corners, maybe, I don't know, like I said, I'm a complete noob to the dirt racing scene. As you can see, as I actually lost my analog stick on my wheel, and I had to fix that. It completely fell off when I was looking around me, but we got back going and we maintained P23, but not for long. Another mistake here in the A main, and immediately here in our rookie campaign, in our first legitimate weekend, we find ourselves making some mistakes that we do not, of course, want to be making. Like I said, this is more of a learning race. I think really the first 5 to 10 races of this career mode is going to be about just getting comfortable and learning as much as we possibly can. And then, you know, after 10 races, it's about improvement. And at that point, we're still going to have 30 more races to go in the season. So we've got a lot of racing this season on the way here on this World of Outlaws 2025 career now as we start to move forward, but they're crashing in front of us, a car tumbling down the straightaway into turn 3. Caution is out for the second time here as we'll get ready for another restart again on the inside line, but we're already at the back of the field, so don't really mind being back here as we get ready for this restart now, and it's already closing in on the halfway point of this race. These races go by so quick, like I already mentioned, from the, of course, heats to the B main and as well to the A main. Is contact with the back of Jacobs. That is not what we wanted, and again, another mistake. So right now, the kind of the common occurrence of my first legitimate race, the A main at least, is just been making mistakes, which is of course what we don't want to be doing. We now move up into P24. I believe that's Donnie Schatz currently out in front. We're officially halfway through this race now as we continue to just try and reel in 23rd and beyond. There you got Rahal there in 23rd position now, and lap 17 is underway, and we have yet to have a legitimate green flag run outside of of course, B main and the heats, because those went green without much issue, but this A main we have had a few cautions already, and wouldn't be surprised if we see more. And I've done some test races, and you can go green for 30 laps, you could have 7 cautions in 30 laps, and that's all on the same AI setting. You don't really know what to expect, but we make a pass on Rahal, taking P23. Got Howard just in front of us now as Rahal trying to fight back on the inside, and you can see I'm definitely finding some comfort now again in the same main. It took me a while. After you make some mistakes, it takes a bit to kind of get back into your groove. Another car tumbling. Can we gain a position out of it? Yes, we will. Thankfully, there is no damage inflicted on your car after a caution comes out, just like the NASCAR Heat Series, because usually if I see a car crashing, I try to gas that up and get the position, and we did. We take P22. We do take some visual damage, but not actual performance impacting damage. Again, we're back underway now. 9 laps to go in the A main. We run P22. Howard there just in front of us, side by side with Austin Bishop, who we had a heck of a battle with at the end of that B main, trying to pick up the win, but it was him, of course, that came out on top, nearly into the back of his car there, as we lose out to Rahal again, who overtakes us. He goes all the way to the inside. He's going to pass Bishop as well as we go down towards turn number 3. Is actually tagged the back of Rahal. What a save there, crashing again in front of us. Several cars involved, and the caution flies again, and I believe we were P22. We are, and we're lining up on the outside this time for a late race restart. It's been a chaotic first ever A main to our career. It's going to be 6 laps to go here from Volusia Speedway. We're back racing again. If you're wondering what my AI setting is for crashes, it's at I think it's a scale out of 10, and I'm at like 6.5 if I remember correctly. I'll have to double check on that now as we are making up positions on this inside, trying to get into the top 20. I think a top 20 honestly would be a great result. We're 3 wide, middle, crashing again in front of us, staying to the inside. Caution is out. P21 at the time of the yellow, putting us right here on the inside again, but we just saw the inside worked out really well, and we continue to lose laps of racing as we get ready to roll for another restart. It's going to be 3 laps to go. Not quite how I imagined my first A main going here in the World of Outlaws sprint car career, but nonetheless, it's still fun as we continue on in towards turn number 3. Coming to 2 laps to go. Another spot gained into the top 20. Can we find any more? Diving down into turn 1. Do we stay green to the end? Green white checkers are an option here in World of Outlaws sprint cars career mode, as we now make a mistake going up to the outside as we exit turn 4. White flag in the air. We will make it back. Shots leading the way down to the inside. We'll take P21. Can we go and maybe get into the top 20? One more series of corners. We're going to sail it off in there. Not going to be enough. Our debut is P21. Honestly, we'll take it. It was all about learning today, and we did exactly that. So I will not complain at all. As you're going to see, it's actually, sorry, that's not Donnie Schatz. That's Giovanni picking up the win. So Donnie Schatz is a totally different number. There's my inexperience of sprint cars coming in, but we're going to continue to learn about the drivers going forward. So P21 and the points after our first weekend. A lot of racing to go. I will see you guys in the next episode. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you for watching, and have a great day.